Jey Uso spotted with rival promotion star after quitting WWE in better hands with Triple H than Vince McMahon. Gunther was forced to lose weight by Vince McMahon. WWE bashed over controversial Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair's storyline. Judgment Day members suffer an injury. Jimmy Uso to feud with 30-year-old star while Jey Uso is out of WWE. Rikishi returns to fix current issues in the bloodline and more. Let's jump right into it. WWE in better hands with Triple H than Vince McMahon. Ever since Triple H took control of creative from Vince McMahon, many changes have been present in WWE. Still, there are varying opinions about the current product. However, a recent WrestleMania record has since been broken. Triple H recently shared that WrestleMania 40 has broken the company's all-time gate record in one day. Tickets for next year's grandest stage of them all already went on sale last Friday and sold over 90,000. The previous record was held by this year's event at Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles, which total gross was $21.6 million. This impressive stat showcases that the game is doing something right in WWE. This means that fans are interested in the current and future storyline, how the feuds are played out, and the matches have caught their attention. Although Vince has also done well with the Stanford-based promotion over the years, this success shows that the King of Kings could play his cards right. WrestleMania 40 will be on April 6 and 7, 2024. It will take place at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The King of Kings has witnessed many success in WWE's events ever since he became the head of creative. The most recent one was for this year's SummerSlam event. For this year's biggest party of the summer, the chief content officer shared that it was the most watched and highest-grossing SummerSlam of all time. It garnered the largest gate and sponsorship revenue and had the highest merchandise sales for any non-WrestleMania ever. The event also had the most views on social media out of all SummerSlam events. Last year's Clash at the Castle event in the United Kingdom also had massive success. Triple H shared that it was the #1 international PLE in the company's history. The event trended on top on Twitter, the largest European gate, and fan reactions were at an all-time high. Next year's grandest stage of them all is still months away, so no matches have been announced yet. However, a top star has already hinted at a return. The Rock is one of the superstars fans have been eagerly waiting to return to WWE. Many thought it would happen this year, but the Brahma Bull teased during his recent interview with Kevin Hart that he could appear next year. WrestleMania 40's early success speaks volumes about Triple H's management and the superstars themselves. It remains to be seen what next year's card will look like. Gunther was forced to lose weight by Vince McMahon. Gunther drastically transformed his physical appearance after he moved to the main roster, and some might think Vince McMahon was involved in this. However, the Raw star's weight loss could only be credited to him. Gunther made his main roster debut in 2022 as part of the SmackDown roster, wherein Ludwig Kaiser joined him. Not only was Walter's name changed, but fans noticed his weight loss. Since there have been some instances where Vince McMahon asked superstars to change something regarding their physical appearance, many thought he was forced to do it. However, this was decided by the star himself. While on out of character with Ryan Satin, Gunther revealed he decided to lose weight and was not influenced by Vince McMahon. The Imperium leader stated that he wanted to show that he could adapt and wanted to be more appealing. I kind of knew moving over that I was going to change some stuff, even though I didn't know exactly what it was. But I always thought like I have to do my part. I have to show that I'm adapting and I have to show that I put the work in for change. I think that was the most obvious choice. I will be more appealing and stand out more than looking like I looked the way before. I think if you're in the top league on national television every week and you want to represent the top-tier athletes, you have to be in shape to do so. The Austrian star is now the current Intercontinental Champion and is close to breaking the record to become the longest reigning IC champion. He was drafted to the Raw brand alongside Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. The 36-year-old has hit milestones and impressed many fans and officials in his main roster run. On the other hand, Imperium has also been making rounds in WWE. It goes to show that the champion's efforts have paid off. In the same interview, the Raw star revealed he lost around 60 to 65 pounds. He added that he had always been a fan of big Japanese heavyweights like Stan Hansen, Terry Gordy, and more. The Ring Generals group has made enemies in SmackDown, and this followed after their draft to Raw. Now they are feuding with Alpha Academy's Maxine, Otis, and Chad Gable. The IC champion has even faced Gable twice, while Kaiser has set his sights on Maxine. Gunther's dedication to his character is seen not only in his presentation, but also in his performances. The WB bashed over controversial Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair's storyline. Former WWE employee Dutch Mantell recently spoke about Charlotte Flair's rivalry with Lacey Evans. In early 2021, Evans sided with Ric Flair, leading to a feud with Charlotte. In the following weeks, the Nature Boy managed the sassy Southern Belle and distracted his own daughter. WB seemingly suggested that Evans and Flair were also romantically involved. However, this storyline fizzled out when Lacey announced that she was pregnant and went off on a maternity break. During a recent episode of Storytime with Dutch Mantell, he detailed that the storyline didn't help any of the three stars involved. Mantell felt that it was just awkward for fans to watch Lacey Evans in a romantic angle with Flair, who was well over 70 years old at the time. I'm glad they didn't do that. I don't think that would have helped anybody but the Flairs. It's not gonna help Lacey Evans. Mantell continued, I don't think that would have helped anybody much. I don't know how it would have helped Rick because he's not working anymore. I don't know how it would have helped Charlotte other than make her look like the daughter of a piece of trash. And it damn sure wouldn't have helped Lacey Evans. During the same conversation, Mantell stated that WWE dropped the ball with Lacey. He felt that she was barely featured on the card, and it seemed as though she had annoyed someone backstage to get that sort of treatment creative. I think that is a big loss for them and for the female. But you never saw her. She must have had heat with somebody over there. I just saw her twice. After parting ways with WWE, Lacey Evans wants to serve her community by helping them battle addiction and assisting people with mental issues. Do you think we will ever see Lacey Evans back inside the squared circle again? Let us know in the comments section below. To WB to confirm huge Seth Rollins match for the first time in 890 days on Raw. Seth Rollins is rumored to defend his World Heavyweight Championship at Payback 2023. The Visionary is reportedly set to take on Shinsuke Nakamura at the September 2 Premium Live event. Since the King of Strong Style is advertised for a segment tonight, the rumored match could be announced on Raw. The two superstars haven't had a singles match against each other for the past 800+ days. Their last one-on-one meeting transpired on the March 26, 2021 episode of Friday Night SmackDown, where Rollins walked away with the win. Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura also faced each other at Fastlane 2021. The SmackDown savior was involved in a feud with former WWE star Cesaro aka Claudio Castagnoli at the time, and the match with Nakamura served as a filler. The first singles meeting between these two incredible competitors took place at the 2018 Survivor Series Premium Live event. The one-off match was billed under the champion versus champion stipulation for the November 18th show. It remains to be seen if WWE will confirm the rumored match between Rollins and Nakamura for Payback 2023 tonight on Raw. The feud between these two proud competitors kicked off 2 weeks ago on WWE Raw. Nakamura replaced an injured Sami Zayn in this 6-man tag team match that also involved Rollins and Cody Rhodes against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. The faces were able to defeat the villainous stable following a run-in by Sami Zayn. Nakamura took everyone by surprise when he knocked Rollins' head almost off his shoulders with a Kinshasa, confirming his heel turn in the process. The World Heavyweight Champion called out the King of Strong Style last week on Raw and demanded an explanation for his attack. The Visionary told Shin he could have just asked for a match. In response, Nakamura whispered something in the champion's ear that left him speechless. He then took advantage of the distraction to once again knock out the champion. Seth Rollins and Nakamura have the potential to main event Payback 2023. We'll have to tune into Raw tonight to find out what happens next. What are your predictions for Payback 2023? Let us know in the comments section below. Judgment Day member suffers an injury. The Judgment Day is currently embroiled in a feud with Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. Despite also dealing with infighting between Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the villainous faction is attempting to get on the same page. However, in the previous edition of WWE Raw, Finn Balor suffered a loss to the American Nightmare due to interference from Damian Priest. The upcoming edition of the Red Brand will undoubtedly further develop the ongoing storyline as we head towards Payback 2023. Amidst all of this, fans have recently expressed concern for the Mr. Money in the Bank holder after a video surfaced from a live event. In the video, Priest collapsed in front of Rhea Ripley after a singles bout against Cody Rhodes. The video has raised questions among fans about the well-being of the Judgment Day member as he suddenly collapsed after the match. However, at present, no reports have emerged regarding Priest suffering from any injury. Furthermore, he is also expected to be part of tonight's edition of Raw. In all likelihood, Priest was merely doing a good job of selling Cody Rhodes' finishing maneuver. For those who are not aware, the house show match between Priest and Cody concluded when the American Nightmare executed 3 cross Rhodes maneuvers on him. Fans have also drawn comparisons to Ric Flair, as the Nature Boy was a masterful seller who similarly collapsed multiple times during his WWE in-ring career. The company's upcoming premium live event is Payback 2023, scheduled to take place on Saturday, September 2, 2023 at the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. Currently, no matches have been announced for the Judgment Day. However, given that the Raw faction is entangled in a feud with Cody and Sami, who are likely to be rejoined by Kevin Owens, this could lead to a 6-man tag team match at the upcoming premium live event. Moreover, members of the Judgment Day are prominently featured on the Payback cover poster, indicating their participation in the event. Nevertheless, there is speculation that the original plans might undergo changes. Numerous individuals backstage and members of the creative team are disinclined to separate the faction members despite the internal tension portrayed on screen. Conversely, there is significant support for the idea of incorporating JD McDonagh into the faction. It will be intriguing to see where WWE decides to go with the storyline and whether the Stamford-based promotion finally opts to dissolve the Judgment Day faction. Do you think it's time for the Judgment Day to split up? Let us know in the comments section below. Jimmy Uso to feud with 30-year-old star while Jey Uso is out of WWE. Jimmy Uso may have walked away from Jey Uso, but there's still a lot of animosity between him and the Bloodline. The 37-year-old star insists what he did at SummerSlam 2023 was to protect his brother from becoming just like Roman Reigns. With Jey seemingly gone from WWE, could Jimmy begin his feud with another popular star on the roster? The person in question is none other than Solo Sikoa. The 30-year-old star made enemies out of his own brothers by pledging his loyalty to Roman Reigns. It is possible that Jimmy Uso could kick off a feud with his younger brother after making his return to SmackDown this Friday. After all, his wife Trinity thinks both Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa are the enemies of her husband. Trinity, formerly known as Naomi, popped fans by blurring both Jey and Solo from their family photograph the other day. The former SmackDown Women's Champion is maintaining kayfabe as it pertains to the Bloodline storyline on social media. Trinity may no longer work for WWE, but she'll do what it takes to keep the curtains of kayfabe on arguably the most important storyline in pro wrestling. It should be noted that Jimmy Uso is set to appear on WWE SmackDown this Friday. The former tag team champion's return was announced by Paul Heyman, who was informed by a mysterious source that Jimmy will be on the blue brand. This comes just 2 weeks after his brother Jey Uso quit the company in a shocking turn of events. Paul Heyman was asked by Kayla Braxton to comment on the Bloodline situation 1 week after Jey Uso quit WWE. The wise man fired back with insults of his own. Heyman was on the verge of delivering another personal attack on Kayla, but an unexpected phone call interrupted him. The wise man picked up the phone and his voice immediately dropped. He tried to maintain his composure. Kayla asked him about the mystery caller, but Heyman said he wouldn't reveal his source before announcing the return of Jimmy Uso. It is possible Naomi could have been the one who informed Heyman that her husband will be on SmackDown this Friday. We compiled a list of names who we think could be Heyman's mysterious source. What are your predictions for the show? Let us know in the comments section below. Rikishi returns to fix current issues in the Bloodline. The Bloodline appears to be broken beyond repair at the moment, with 3 key members of the group currently absent from WWE TV. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso have been at odds for a while, leading to Jey quitting the company over a week ago. One man that could solve the issues within the Bloodline is WWE Hall of Famer and the Usos' father, Rikishi. He recently stunned the pro wrestling world when his new look was unveiled on social media. The former champion was seen with a bald head for the first time, which could be a tease regarding his potential return. Rikishi can't make his return as the happy dancing star that rose to fame in this Stanford-based company. He needs to be serious in order to sort out the issues in his family, and the new bald look could be a major part of this angle. Rikishi could return to WWE as soon as this week on SmackDown when Jimmy Uso will make his comeback. Jimmy's father could confront him and make it clear that what he did to his brother at SummerSlam was unacceptable and that he needed to fix it. There are rumors that Rikishi could even be the special guest referee for a match between Jey and Jimmy in the future. If he was to make his return and be a heel in this situation, then the new look makes sense. The Rock is another Samoan who has rocked the bald look for much of his career, and it appears that Rikishi could do the same moving forward. Do you think Rikishi will make his return in the coming weeks? Should he portray a heel gimmick upon his comeback? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Jey Uso spotted with rival promotion star after quitting WWE. In the aftermath of the SummerSlam Premium Live event, Jey Uso decided to quit WWE on SmackDown. Amid his current on-screen absence, Uso was seen with his fellow Anoa'i family member, Jacob Fatu. The photo was shared by MLW star Juicy Finau. Taking to Twitter, Finau shared the photo featuring Fatu and Jey. He also tweeted a short message. South Pacific Sage has been Uso approved, wrote Finau. Fatu is currently signed to MLW, where he is the reigning MLW National Openweight Champion. He's a former MLW World Heavyweight Champion and held the title for 819 days, the longest reign in the title's history. During the ongoing Bloodline storyline, Fatu has often referenced the faction and its members on social media. Eric Bischoff recently spoke about Jey Uso's match against Roman Reigns as he unsuccessfully challenged for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Speaking on the 83 Weeks podcast, Bischoff mentioned that the match was not well constructed. He further suggested that Reigns versus Jey should have been a hardcore match. Bischoff said, "I would not have made it basically a hardcore match. I've said this before and I know people are going to disagree with me. I am sure some of the people that are actually in the industry and not as asterisk holes like me and you who are sitting on the outside talking about it. But that was an easy way out of the match. That match was an afterthought. That match was not a well-constructed, well-thought-out, well-conceived match." Bischoff further added, "Anytime you go to gimmicks and hardcore shit like tables and chairs and lions and elephants and whatever other gimmick you can possibly come up with. Basically, what you were saying is that you don't have any good ideas. So we are going to do this instead because hopefully people will just like ladders and tables and chairs. That's my opinion, folks. I am welcome to it. But to me, it was a lazy effort in my opinion." With Jimmy Uso betraying his brother Jey at SummerSlam, it remains to be seen what plans WWE has in store for the brothers going forward. Would you like to see Jey Uso return anytime soon? Sound off in the comment section.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing